The latest headlines in the Ivy League, covered through exclusive interviews right now. From campus to campus, go around the Ancient Eight with Brian Seltzer, Thursdays on the Ivy League Digital Network. Basketball.
Starting off this week up in Cambridge, Massachusetts, the Harvard Crimson have matched their season best by winning 6 straight games after that lone Ivy League loss to Dartmouth Big Green. Following the team all season long is Scott Sudikoff of the Ivy League Digital Network. Scott, how would you sum up the state of Harvard basketball right now?
I think right now it's in a good state. Still some things to work out. Saw it against Columbia. You have a 17-point halftime lead and have to kind of hang on late. See against Cornell the next day. Some struggles in the first half before turning it on. So maybe it's an issue right now where they haven't yet put the full 40 minutes together, but they've been able to make the plays at the end of games like they did against Columbia, Brown, Princeton a couple of weeks ago. And so they are finding ways to win, and I think the team is coming together as we see the season go on.
Scott, so many people are familiar with names like Wesley Saunders and Siani Chambers, but as Harvard's gotten on this roll over the last 3 weekends, who else have you noticed step up?
Without a doubt, it's Steve Mondumaci, because he's just a steady player. Shoots a good percentage. He's the guy who's now the backbone of the defense. We think Mondumaci can extend the defense, knock down 17-foot shots. That might open up things for Wesley Saunders a bit, because earlier in the year, saw Saunders have a lot of trouble getting to the paint and just be completely double-teamed, triple-teamed, shut off, have no chance. Now with Mondumaci consistently knocking down shots, that pulls out a big man, and that leaves a little bit extra room for Saunders in the lane.
Harvard Crimson continuing a stretch of 4 straight games at Levites Pavilion this weekend, hopefully without any arrival of additional snow up in those neck of the woods. Scott Sudikoff will call both games on ESPN3 and the Ivy League Digital Network. Scott, thanks so much for a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much for having me.
Heading down south now to Princeton, New Jersey. Much more warmer conditions where the Princeton Tigers women's basketball team looks to continue and stretch its unbeaten start to the season. Now 23-0, number 16 in the AP Top 25 poll, number 17 for the USA Today Coaches Poll, covering the actions throughout the season on the Ivy League Digital Network. Dan Loney. Dan, how has this group handled its success over the course of the season so far?
They've done a great job. Obviously, they haven't really looked that far ahead. It's really the process of playing the next game that's right in front of them. They obviously had quite a challenge over the weekend. Did okay against Brown, and then had a tough game against Yale, which was expected. You just have to kind of play this one. You hate to use the cliche, but you have to play it one at a time.
You've been covering this team for quite a while, especially during its recent run of success. What have you noticed about the mindset, the focus of this year's team?
They are truly geared on being as good as a team as they possibly can. It's interesting. Coach Courtney Bangard mentioned at the beginning of the year that she knew this team was very talented, but she didn't know how good this team would be mixed together. And what we've seen is they have been exceptional in really diving into the team concept.
Can't get it to go. The corner rebound by Burnson.
Right now.
Princeton hosting Dartmouth and Harvard.
Dietrich
coming up this
left alone for 3. Yes, cannot do that in one tie in this
on
game.
The American
Ball
Sports
stolen
Network
away
for
by
nationally
Princeton.
televised
Wheatley the
broadcast.
other way,
Dan
ahead of the
Loney,
field with the
very
right-hand layup.
You got it, Brian.
Swimming and diving.
Back up to Cambridge, Massachusetts, where this weekend it's the Ivy League Women's Swimming and Diving Championships. Covering the event for the Ivy League Digital Network on a live video stream, the 2-time Olympian and former Harvard assistant Stacey Powell. Stacey, when you look at the way things shaped up in the Ivy League dual meet in particular this season, Harvard, Princeton splitting, Yale right behind those two programs in the standings. What do you see coming up this weekend? What's the outlook?
Well, in the HYP meet earlier this season, Harvard and Princeton drew, so they're looking to settle the score and actually determine who is better this season.
Individually, what performers are you going to be keeping your eye on?
From the diving side of things, we have Hannah Allchurch from Harvard and Caitlin Chambers from Princeton. Caitlin managed to pip Hannah on both the 1 and 3 meter events in the HYP meet last week, and so Hannah is looking to get a piece of that gold medal in the Ivy League champs coming up this week.
Harvard and Princeton tied for the Ivy League dual meet. First time that's happened on the women's side since 1982-83. Stacey Powell, 2-time Olympian, will be there following all the action for the Ivy League Digital Network. Stacey, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
And that'll do it for this week's edition of Around the Ancient Eight. For all the latest news and content about the conference, head to ivyleaguesports.com or ivyleaguedigitalnetwork.com.
This has been Around the Ancient Eight, highlighting headlines from the Ivy League. Check out new episodes premiering Thursdays on the Ivy League Digital Network.